Okay. Um, well, hello. I'm John Slaughter. I was asked by my friend Allison Myers to share some thoughts with you today. Um, I'm really excited about having a chance to talk to some of the Community College Initiative alumni. I learned a little bit about your program, your experiences, and I want to share some thoughts I have about leadership and some of the responsibilities that go along with it. All of us encounter adversity in our lives. Certainly, in the world today, we are all encountering a serious set of adversities, particularly with the pandemic, which is affecting all of us. But we have to learn to overcome these problems, to deal with them. I grew up in an environment in which persons like myself, Black persons, were segregated, discriminated against. I lived in a community in which Black persons were not allowed to eat in white-owned restaurants, live in the hotels in the city, attend some of the movie theaters, use the city swimming pool, and attend the white elementary schools. But I also lived in an environment where my parents told me and my sister that there wasn't anything that we could not accomplish. And so consequently, I decided that I would not let those barriers prevent me from doing what it is that I wanted to do. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to become an engineer. I was told by my counselors in high school that that may not be the path for me, and that what I ought to do is go to vocational school, learn how to repair radios. And at the time, I was not fully aware of what it was I was being advised to do. And so I did end up going to vocational school. And regrettably, when I graduated from high school, I was unable to attend engineering school. And so I found myself having to go to a school in which I could, to a community college or a small liberal arts college, as a matter of fact, to take the courses that I should have taken in high school. And it was after I'd completed that that I was able to finally go to engineering school and complete an engineering education. But this was an example of being able to recognize that you cannot let barriers that others put in front of you keep you from accomplishing what it is that you want to do. And so I would encourage you, as you face these barriers, these challenges to what it is that you want to accomplish, to recognize that you are in charge of your future. You are in charge of your path. Do not let someone else or something else prevent you from achieving the goals that you desire, your aspirations, your hopes, your dreams for the future. Those are the things that you have to continue to pursue. Adversity is always going to be there, but with your willpower and your belief in yourself, you will overcome them. An opportunity presented itself to go to Washington, D.C., where I became assistant director of the National Science Foundation. And few years later, I was recommended by President Jimmy Carter to become the director of the National Science Foundation. That was a great opportunity to have an effect on science policy in the United States. And I worked with Congress and members of the administration to effect some change in the way in which science policy was developed. I focused a great deal of my attention on increasing the possibilities for people who had been underserved and marginalized in our country in terms of their opportunities to participate in science and engineering. And that to me was a very, very important activity, because I believe that we need to have everyone involved, minorities and women, and people who have heretofore not had the same opportunities as others to participate actively in science and engineering. We cannot solve all the problems that face the world, the grand challenges that face the world: climate change, poverty, healthcare, and others, without all of us being involved. Me and you, and I want us to recognize that we must do that. My message to you at this point is: do not let these significant problems prevent you from showing your strength, showing your willpower, showing your abilities to overcome these obstacles, because there's always an opportunity out there. You just have to be prepared for it. And I'm convinced that with your backgrounds, with your commitment to learning, to your desire to become effective leaders, you will be able to do that. And that is the message that I want to convey to you today.